When people come to visit Big Bear, they come to visit the mountain. The mountain, the forest, the trees, the wildlife, and the lake.
A gem in the mountains. It's beautiful here. I mean, we have nature, green trees, a beautiful lake, over 300 plus days of sunshine.
Man, can't be beat, I mean, you get to the top of the lift, you look back, you've got the whole valley opened up behind you, great views of the lake. Definitely some great picture opportunities.
If you're thinking Southern California, you're probably thinking beaches and surfing, naturally. How about this Southern California? Just 2 hours from the beach, but skiing on snow. Big Bear Lake is a small, quaint, quiet town in the San Bernardino Mountains, less than 5 hours from Fresno. The main attraction during winter, Big Bear Mountain Resort, which is actually 2 ski hills less than a mile apart, Bear Mountain and Snow Summit. Lift tickets are interchangeable, so you can try one mountain in the morning and the other in the afternoon, even riding a free shuttle to get there.
You get 2 beautiful mountains with 2 beautiful terrains, and then the views up at the top are just epic.
Bear Mountain is known for its innovative and extensive terrain parks, so you're likely to see some high flyers on skis and snowboards. Over at Snow Summit, you might see someone like me, who hadn't been off a jump since 8th grade, get about 1.5 feet off the ground and still barely landed. Snow Summit is also considered the more family-friendly option, with wide open beginner areas. With peak elevations above 8,000 feet, these mountains do get natural snow. But even in a dry winter, the resort manages to consistently keep most of the trails open and looking fluffy, thanks to a super sophisticated snowmaking system.
Most places do rely primarily on natural snow and then supplement with their snowmaking abilities. A lot of times we have to do the opposite.
These were actually some of the first slopes in the world to start artificial snowmaking in the early 1950s. And the resort isn't afraid to turn thousands of gallons of water into snow every year because of a minimal impact on the environment.
Because we're using natural water from our lake, which is actually all returned through filtration at the end of the season and runoff. It all runs back into the lake. So kind of a circle of life sort of situation there.
And how about this? At the base of Bear Mountain is the Big Bear Alpine Zoo, believed to be the highest elevation zoo in the United States, housing mostly hurt animals that wouldn't have survived in the wild.
The mission of the zoo is twofold. One, to connect people to wildlife, and we do that by helping to educate the public about the uniqueness of the species that we have here on the mountain and also here at the zoo. And then the second part of our mission is to provide a resource for rescue and rehabilitation of injured or orphaned wildlife.
The Alpine Zoo is small, just 2.5 acres, but it's been around for almost 60 years and will open a new 5.5-acre location just down the street later this year.
We are the little zoo that could. Big Bear is teeming full of wildlife, and it's one of the reasons why we feel it's so important to support mountain stewardship and get people to really appreciate making sure that we play a positive role in protecting wild places and wildlife.
Big Bear Lake is also home to year-round fishing and hiking. The outdoors escape you wouldn't likely associate with SoCal, but a treat of a mountain town.